Before we start the video, please go check out some of your other ones after, of course, you watch this one. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. Alright, back to it. The king of the monsters, Godzilla. Undoubtedly one of the most iconic and notable characters in pop culture, known for his towering presence and his recognizable roar that is equally as iconic as him. Godzilla is one of the most overpowered and strongest characters in pop culture, defeating enemies that are also ridiculously powerful. But what if instead of Godzilla waking up in 1954 and wreaking havoc on a somewhat modern day society, we went back more than 1,000 years to a completely different world, where society as we know's biggest fears are giant humanoid monsters who only eat and hunt humans, the Titans. I'm not talking about the little tiny 5 meters, no, but imagine this. The city of Marley is testing out a new weapon to use against the so-called evil Eldian race, to once and for all wipe them out and taking revenge on what they did many years ago. Somehow, the great minds of Marley invent a very powerful weapon, a weapon that would forever change the world and give power to whoever wielded it. But of course it needs to be tested to make sure it can do what it's designed for. The Marleyan bomb, or the atom bomb, for what it would be known for in the future. The Marleyan bomb is loaded up to one of the Zeppelins and is set to be detonated far from the city, but close enough for everyone's viewing pleasure. It's dropped into the ocean, detonated, applause and cheers fill the air, and is carried into a nightly celebration. The world is about to change, and Marleyans will stay on top for now. Deep down in the ocean, the shockwaves of the powerful bomb wake up an even more powerful monster, Godzilla. While the celebrations continue, Godzilla rises from the ocean's depth in anger for being woken up way too soon. The people horrified and in shock. They have never seen anything like this before. Godzilla roars, filling the sky with his anger. He then begins to destroy the city, killing hundreds. The Marley military must act quickly and calls to its mighty titans to protect the city. The stage is set, Godzilla versus the main titans. Before we get to that, we must first look at both sides. Let's see just how powerful Godzilla is. Particularly, I'm going to be focusing on Godzilla in the Monsterverse. He possesses many impressive abilities. The only other organic monster to rival him was King Ghidorah. In terms of physical strength, he accidentally smashed through the Golden Gate Bridge. He's also able to carry and put Muto Prime, the opponent and enemy of the graphic novel titled Godzilla Aftershock. This comic served as the prequel to the movie Godzilla King of the Monsters. Anyway, Muto Prime is a little shorter than Godzilla, but in terms of weight, it is no joke, weighing in over 135,000 tons, and Godzilla just tossed it up on his back while they were fighting. Clearly, we all know Godzilla has immense strength, further proving it when he fought King Ghidorah. In King Ghidorah's first matchup against Godzilla in Antarctica, he was besting Godzilla. The advantage of having 3 heads really helped him, but Godzilla didn't really get defeated. He was just tossed over and kinda just fell off somewhere, like off a map in a video game. But he wouldn't stay in anguish for long. Godzilla has amazing durability. His skin is pretty much impenetrable. He's immune to bombs, guns, missiles, anything that the military possesses. Coming back to the Ghidorah fight, the beam shot from him did not penetrate his skin. He took damage, but he held his own, especially in the end of that movie. He was basically in God mode, all cheats enabled. He was nuclear Godzilla, a really powerful version that could defeat any foe with ease. The only time his skin was pierced was when Kong stabbed him with his axe, which was made from one of Godzilla's plates. But in the end of that fight, Godzilla proved himself to be the true king of the monsters. During his fights with Kong, he really only lost once, but not for long compared to when he fought Ghidorah. He immediately got back up, and with frustration and anger, he beat Kong using his atomic breath and strength to overpower him, bringing him down to his feet, slashing him with his claws and biting him. Finally, Kong realized he had lost and was now at the mercy of Godzilla. When Mechagodzilla appeared later on and fought against Godzilla, he was outmatching him in every way. His atomic breath, his speed, strength, everything. Mechagodzilla's only real advantage is the amount of weapons he has on him, and his upgrades compared to normal Godzilla. Mechagodzilla is basically if Godzilla was in a mech suit with gadgets and missiles. Despite taking so many hits and being dragged around the city like a ragdoll, he still had some fight in him. But without Kong, the worst may have occurred. It took both Kong and Godzilla to defeat it, which is still pretty impressive for a machine that was created by humans. I hope we see another version of Mechagodzilla in the future. Godzilla is very mobile, being able to move fast really anytime he wants to. Underwater, he's able to swim almost 70 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for something his size. As seen in the first round of fighting Kong in the water, there's no way Godzilla loses to anyone. He's able to quickly change directions, dive, go really deep down into the ocean without the pressure bothering him or the lack of sunlight. In terms of stamina, Godzilla does not skip cardio day because he doesn't even need it. Godzilla is never tired, like ever. In all of his 3 movies, he only stopped to rest once. In his fights with Mechagodzilla, Ghidorah, even Kong, he never seemed to be tired, only slowed down when he was taking damage, but not because of his stamina. His endurance is also no joke. An example of him being able to ignore his injuries is in the final fight between him and Kong. Despite being punched multiple times and stabbed, he defeated Kong, and was still able to leave the fight, unlike Kong who stayed behind suffering in his injuries. Of course, when you talk about Godzilla, you need to talk about his atomic breath, being his most iconic move other than his dropkick. The atomic breath is Godzilla's go-to move when he needs to end the fight, using electromagnetic force that he then concentrates, charging it from his tail, all unleashing out of his mouth. The sound that it makes is just really satisfying. firing the beam almost laser-like. His eyes begin to glow a bright blue. The atomic breath is so powerful that it's able to knock back enemies that are heavier than him. For example, when he used it on Ghidorah, he was able to push him back, showing us just how much force it has. Even against Kong, the atomic breath just goes through buildings very easily without breaking stride. The atomic breath is so strong that Godzilla just straight up shot it into the earth. It went through the hollow earth where Kong was. The atomic breath was shown to be an insanely powerful move. Godzilla is not all powerful. He can be defeated, and almost dies in Godzilla King of the Monsters. While he's fighting King Ghidorah in the ocean, the military fires a newly developed bomb meant for killing Titans, the Oxygen Destroyer. But it didn't affect Ghidorah, only Godzilla. This bomb brought him on the brink of death. He had to swim back to his underwater home where he tries to regain his strength. But to no success, he is saved by the one and only Dr. Shirazawa, who sadly has to sacrifice himself by detonating him and Godzilla with a nuclear bomb. This brings Godzilla back into the fight. Another weakness is Mechagodzilla, a weapon designed to kill Titans, which almost succeeds had it not been for Kong. But at this point, when Godzilla met his mechanical counterpart, his energy and power had already been pretty much drained. If Godzilla was at full health and full strength, I think he would have defeated Mechagodzilla in the end. It's time to look at the main Titans. Let's take a look at the Attack Titan. A really strong, versatile Titan, strong enough to carry a large, heavy boulder and able to fight other Titans of the same size or smaller with ease, having no problem with any opponent. Only one, the female Titan. She's a very unique Titan. Like the Colossal Titan, most of her muscle tissue is visible. She stands at 14 meters tall and she's really smart and has amazing stamina, able to run faster than most. Like the Attack Titan, she's able to harden its skin from enemies. Because of Annie, the female Titan is also very skilled in combat, able to perform powerful moves. One of her special abilities is when she uses her scream. This scream calls upon surrounding Titans to help her when she may lose a fight or if she needs backup. Next is the Beast Titan. Looking different than the others, he resembles that of an ape, standing at 17 meters tall, being taller than the Attack Titan and Female Titan. His most iconic scene in the show is when the Survey Corps were charging at him and his Titan army, but they were quickly defeated when he precisely hit most of the members with large rocks, killing them instantly. The Beast Titan is stronger than the Armored Titan, as proven when he beat him in a fight without any noticeable damage. Another special ability he possesses is being able to create Titans by screaming, only after his spinal fluid has been injected into the subjects of Ymir. But the Beast Titan is not invincible. During the very emotional fall of the Survey Corps, one member survived, the most deadliest, and the only person the Beast Titan fears, Captain Levi. Captain Levi, being the most skilled, quickly defeated the Beast Titan out of anger and nearly killed Zeke, who was still processing what just happened. But he was saved by the Cart Titan. Being the smallest of the group, also the most strange looking, having a long face and always being on all fours, the Cart Titan is also the fastest out of the bunch. It's great for carrying supplies into and out of the battlefield. Similar to the Cart Titan is the Jaw Titan, having a very powerful jaw that can break through anything, even having claws that can slash through anything. In a later version of it, it can fly and has feathers, but arguably the coolest looking Titan is the Armored Titan, which speaks to its name, having armored plates all over its body, shielding it from danger, standing at 15 meters tall. Its only weakness is the very small spaces between its armored plates. Once it starts picking up speed though, it's able to crush through fortified walls with ease. The Warhammer Titan, another very cool looking Titan. She is able to harness her skin and create many different weapons from herself, like hammers and sharp objects. What makes her different than the rest is that she's able to control her Titan from far away, and not from the nap. Finally, the last of these Titans is the biggest one, the Colossus Titan, standing at an insane 60 meters tall, the strongest out of the bunch. It's able to break a well-fortified wall with a simple kick. It also has extremely high body temperature. It's so hot that it can burn someone alive. But the Colossus Titan is the slowest because of its massive size. What makes this one unique is when the user transforms into the Titan, a blast of energy is emitted, destroying everything around them. It's time to look at the Titan fights, but there are literally so many of them, so I'm going to be only comparing them from when Eren fought them. When Eren first fought Reiner as Titans, he was bested in the beginning, being punched and outmatched by speed. But Eren quickly remembered his training from Annie and put up more of a challenge for him. The fight continued, with the Armored Titan having the upper hand, but it would end with Reiner dragging Eren to a half-formed Colossal Titan, falling on both of them. Eren would have won that fight had it not been for that. They had a rematch sometime later, and this time Eren had the upper hand, harnessing his fist so that he can easily break through the Armored Titan's plates. The Armored Titan came back to pin Eren. The fight ended in a failed attempt to use the Thunder Spears on Reiner. The next time they fought, it wasn't even a fight. Reiner just immediately lost to Eren. Eren, aka the Attack Titan, also fought the Warhammer Titan in a very intense fight. The Warhammer Titan used its abilities to stab Eren, and also created a giant hammer. When it looked like all hope was lost for Eren, a surprise attack from Mikasa and the rest of the crew came in and saved them. Eventually the fight wouldn't be over, as the Warhammer could not be killed until Eren found the pod she was in, which was unbreakable, until he used the Jaw Titan's mouth to break open the crystal drinking all her blood, proving just how adaptable and savage the Attack Titan is. Titans possess many weaknesses. For example, the for sure way to kill most Titans is by cutting open the nap and just killing them like that, or cutting open the nap and killing the person inside, or by using weapons like the Thunder Spear, which cause great precise explosions to the target it's aimed at. Another way of killing a Titan is if another Titan kills it, as we've seen. Okay, let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to the fight. Godzilla continues to destroy the city, but out of nowhere, a bright beam, an explosion in the distance appears. Godzilla sees this, and out of that explosion, the Colossus Titan emerges. Godzilla is then struck by sharp pillars that emerge from the ground. It's the Warhammer Titan, using everything in her power to make structures big enough to affect them. Immediately after that, giant rocks are being thrown at Godzilla. Then, Godzilla turns around and... Okay, hold up. Now, I'm not going to waste everyone's time by going through a whole battle since it's obvious. I'm sorry if this comes to a surprise, but Godzilla would absolutely destroy all of the main Titans. And Marley, it's like 1,000 times the force of the rumbling. Most likely, Godzilla wouldn't even see the Titans and probably accidentally kill them. Let me know down below in the comments who you think would win this fight and why. I would be very interested to read it. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down below if you think this fight would have gone any different. Please consider to like and subscribe, and once again, I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little weird. I am a little sick, but I wanted to make this video because I kind of thought about this idea as who would win in this fight, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be something fun to do. So please subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.